In 2022, Morocco became the first African team to reach the semifinals of a World Cup. People called it a miracle, a one-time story, lightning in a bottle. Then today, they beat co-host Canada 3-0 in the round of 16, barely breaking a sweat in the second half after dominating a team that had shocked everyone by getting that far. So let's ask the question nobody wants to say out loud yet: what if Morocco wins this tournament? Because when you look at the evidence, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Let's start with what Morocco have actually done, because the numbers are quietly impressive. In the group stage, they drew with Brazil, a result that barely made headlines but should have. Brazil are one of the pre-tournament favorites, and Morocco held them. They then beat Scotland and drew with the Netherlands, finishing second in one of the tournament's harder groups. In the round of 16 today, they faced Canada in Houston. Canada had been the feel-good story of the tournament, a co-host playing their first-ever knockout match. Morocco dismantled them. The first half was scrappy, 8 yellow cards, Canada actually the more dangerous side on paper. Then Ounahi scored from a Hakimi free kick in the 50th minute, and the game was effectively over within 10 minutes. What's worth noting is that Morocco didn't panic when Canada pressed in the first half. They absorbed, they waited, and in the second half they were clinical. That's not a lucky team, that's a well-coached, well-organized side. The thing people keep underestimating about Morocco is how hard they are to score against. In 2022, their goalkeeper Bounou became a household name, and he's still there, still performing. Against Canada today, he made crucial saves when Canada were on top, including one that looked like a certain goal. But it's not just the goalkeeper. Morocco's defense is built around compactness and counter-attacking speed. They force teams wide, and the moment they win the ball, Hakimi and Mazraoui fly forward at a pace very few teams can handle. Achraf Hakimi is arguably the best fullback at this tournament. His assist for Ounahi's first goal was the kind of pass most midfielders would struggle to play. He set up a goal, won a header, and covered his defensive line all in the same match. And then there's the midfield. Ounahi scored twice today and has been one of the most consistent players in the tournament. Amrabat remains the engine in defensive midfield. And 18-year-old Ayoub Bouadi is being talked about as the most serious contender for best young player, a teenager playing with the composure of someone 10 years older. Here's where it gets interesting tactically. Morocco's next game is a quarterfinal against either France or Paraguay. France are heavy favorites to win that match, which would mean Morocco face their 2022 semi-final conquerors. France beat Morocco 2-0 in Qatar to end their historic run. Revenge is a powerful motivator. But Morocco won't be afraid. They beat Spain in the round of 16 in 2022 and beat Portugal in the quarterfinals. They've shown they can eliminate world-class opposition. France are stronger, but it's far from guaranteed. On the other side of the bracket sits Argentina, who barely survived Cape Verde in extra time, needing an own goal in the 111th minute to avoid the greatest upset in World Cup history. Messi is still producing moments of brilliance, but Argentina looked vulnerable and disorganized at times. If they met Morocco later, Argentina's weaknesses are exactly what Morocco's system is built to exploit. Let's be honest about what it would mean if Morocco lifted that trophy on July 19th at MetLife Stadium. No African team has ever won the World Cup. The continent has 54 countries, over 1 billion people, and not a single title. Winning it would be the single biggest upset in the history of the sport. It would also carry a political dimension. This tournament is being called one of the most politically charged ever, hosted across 3 countries. A win for Morocco, representing Africa and the Arab world at once, would land with cultural weight far beyond football. And perhaps most importantly, it would open a door that's never been opened. Once an African team wins it, the question of can they is gone forever. So can Morocco win this World Cup? They're organized defensively, excellent, tactically disciplined, and have proven in 2 straight tournaments that they don't fear anyone. The path is hard. France are waiting. Argentina are lurking. These are generational teams with more World Cup experience than Morocco has tournament games at this level. But 3 days ago, a nation of 600,000 took Argentina to 120 minutes and almost sent them home. Today, Morocco made a co-host nation look ordinary. At this World Cup, nobody should be called a story. Morocco are a team, and teams win tournaments.